The month begins, with a storm already raging through the halls of Binneland. Careers hang by a thread, old enemies return with revenge burning in their hearts, hidden identities threaten to destroy lives, and every promise of peace proves to be nothing more than the calm before an even bigger explosion. By the time August reaches its end, friendships will be broken, families will be tested, love will be pushed to its limits, and someone could pay the ultimate price. Ella finds herself fighting for her reputation as accusations threaten everything she has worked for. She desperately pleads with hospital management to believe she is innocent, but just when it seems she and Henry might finally be finding common ground again, a devastating revelation shatters any hope of moving forward. The arrival of Frieda changes everything, as she storms back into their lives carrying nothing but revenge in her heart. Her return unleashes chaos, while the shocking truth surrounding a doctor's true identity sends shockwaves through the hospital and destroys relationships that once seemed unbreakable. The tension doesn't stop there. Johan is forced into impossible decisions, as disciplinary hearings threaten careers, while Ella and Dewald clash over a patient's treatment in a battle that leaves neither willing to back down. Just as Johan believes he has enough on his shoulders, a voice from his past suddenly returns, reopening wounds he thought had healed long ago. Before long, another terrifying mystery begins unfolding, when Katrin secretly returns to Petra, trusting only Dewald with her whereabouts. Johan quickly senses that something is terribly wrong, becoming convinced that Katrin's life is in danger. As Katrin's health deteriorates, fear grips everyone around her. She undergoes surgery while Johan refuses to leave her side, determined to protect his daughter at any cost. But the nightmare deepens when a private nurse arrives, appearing helpful on the surface, while secretly hiding a dangerous identity. Johan's instincts tell him something isn't right, and when Katrin begins sleeping far more than she should, the horrifying truth slowly starts falling into place. Someone is playing a deadly game, and by the time Johan connects all the clues, a lethal trap has already been set. While one family battles for survival, another finds itself torn apart by heartbreak. Tracy struggles to accept that her marriage has finally reached its end, and signing the divorce papers feels like admitting defeat. Every attempt to move forward drags her back into painful memories, leaving her emotionally exhausted. Yet life has a strange way of pulling people together, and despite their complicated history, Tracy and Tertius slowly begin rebuilding a friendship that neither of them expected. What starts as peaceful co-parenting slowly grows into something neither can ignore. Living under the same roof, sharing quiet moments away from the hospital, and spending time together at At's peaceful farmhouse begins changing everything. Leah's presence only complicates matters, leaving Tracy consumed by guilt, while Tertius finds himself caught between his past and an uncertain future. Then, everything changes in an instant when Tertius shocks Tracy with one enormous question that could alter both their lives forever. Elsewhere, matters of the heart become just as complicated. Thalia struggles to understand Dewald's mixed signals and gathers the courage to pursue the man she believes might feel the same. Encouraged by Bonnie, she dares to take the first step, only for her hopes to be crushed when it becomes painfully clear that Dewald's heart belongs to someone else. Embarrassment turns into resentment. Friendships begin to crack, and uncomfortable confrontations make every encounter between them impossible to ignore. Bonnie unknowingly throws fuel onto the fire by exposing one of Thalia's deepest secrets to Petra, leaving trust shattered beyond repair. Desperate to regain control, Thalia interferes in other people's lives, but every decision she makes only drags her deeper into emotional turmoil. By month's end, the distance between her and Dewald has become almost unbearable. Joe's journey becomes one of the most emotional stories of the month. After receiving shocking news, he begins questioning everything he believed about himself. Loneliness slowly consumes him, strange behavior alarms Petra, and an overwhelming need for answers sends him on a desperate search for his biological mother. Every clue promises hope, only to lead him into another dead end. Just when it seems he's finally getting close to discovering the truth about his identity, another crushing disappointment knocks him back to the beginning. Then disaster strikes when Joe accidentally overhears a private conversation between Petra and Louis. Furious and feeling betrayed, he lashes out, driving an even deeper wedge between the people who have stood beside him. As his obsession with the truth grows stronger, the answers he desperately wants seem further away than ever before. Petra, meanwhile, faces battles of her own. She throws herself into a demanding leadership program while trying to support Joe through his emotional collapse. Preparing an important presentation pushes her confidence to its limits, and despite receiving unexpected help from Anachi, the pressure becomes overwhelming. Even as she celebrates small victories, the growing crisis surrounding Joe threatens to undo everything she has worked so hard to build. Business at Tonik becomes another battlefield. Louis shocks Tracy by introducing bold money-saving ideas and ambitious new business proposals that completely disrupt her plans. His relentless market research leaves Tracy increasingly frustrated, while work tensions spill over into their personal lives. Yet despite all the conflict, Tracy slowly begins rediscovering herself, finding unexpected strength just when she needs it most. Around every corner, secrets continue piling up. Naomi carries a burden she cannot reveal, protecting someone else's secret while sacrificing her own honesty. Rian receives an unwelcome visitor hiding vital information, while another dangerous former Binnelander suddenly resurfaces, reminding everyone that old enemies never truly disappear. Every conversation feels loaded with hidden meaning, and every smile conceals another dangerous lie. As August races toward its breathtaking finale, every storyline collides at once. Johann finally pieces together the horrifying truths surrounding Katrin. Joe's search for his real family reaches another devastating dead end. Tracy and Tertius stand on the edge of a life-changing decision, and hidden enemies continue moving their pieces into place. Then, just when everyone believes the worst may finally be over, a deadly trap is sprung that places someone's life in immediate danger. The biggest question is no longer who can be trusted. It's whether everyone will survive long enough for the truth to finally come out.